What's up, guys? Welcome to MC Radio, episode 20. I already forgot. 23, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Episode 23. Welcome to episode 23. It is Christian and
It's me, Ryan.
with Ryan today on this episode.
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh my god. It's good to be back. It's
good to have you.
We're in the new crib, not in your place.
New crib, the other crib.
I don't know. This place has got like a different vibe to it, you know? Like when I'm at your place, it's a totally different topic of vibing that I'm feeling. This probably sounds dumb.
What's the different vibes?
I don't know. This feels like a crisp, like a cool sort of.
It doesn't feel
not
crisp or
It feels
cool.
crisp and warm, I should say.
But my place is crisp and cold as
Your
shit.
place is cold, yeah.
I
And
love
you have
the cold.
psycho cats.
I do have
so-
psycho cats, but I love the cold
I love the cold too.
and the dark.
Honestly, like it's as much of like a vampire as I'll sound. I love cold and I love dark.
I don't think I can, even during the winter, I can never shift my thermostat up to like above like 75.
Oh,
It's terrible.
during the winter when I was in CB, living up there, and it got really goddamn cold last winter.
Mm-hmm.
I'd open the window just at the middle of the night.
It's so nice because it's a nice mixture between warm and cool.
Here's the funny part. Well, I guess the dumb part. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and I'll be like, I'm freezing. Why am I freezing?
Why am I cold?
I got a fan on at max volume. I got this window open, blowing in snow and
You
shit.
have no blankets on.
I'm not even wearing like clothing or something.
Like, what the heck?
Like, where am I?
I did that a lot because my first ever laptop was this really old thing that my mom used for her work computer.
Yeah.
And they let it keep it. I can't remember what it was, but it was a really like old laptop that you could take the battery out from the back. Literally, you just take it out and throw it, But you could only use it as it was plugged in. So like even if you unplugged it, the computer just died.
So it couldn't hold a charge.
It couldn't hold a charge. So what I do, and also it would get really, really hot. Like I don't believe the fan worked at all.
Oh.
So it was just like, whenever you used it too much, it would start slowing down. It'd start getting
Motherboard
overheated.
would melt.
Yeah, it would get really bad. So what I do during the winter, I'd put it on its side.
Oh no.
And then I'd open a window. So I'd crank open a window and just have cold air just blow onto it just so it would get cold.
Uh-huh.
But it would get too cold sometimes. So like it would start like kind of skipping like I think I was watching like Pokemon, like the anime. And like it would start skipping frames. I'm like, what the heck?
Okay, now I'm sure if Ursula was here, she would want to ask which version of Pokemon anime.
It was the original. Yeah,
Indiegogo. Is that what it's
The
called?
Indigo
Isn't it called Indigo?
I don't know.
I thought it was called Indigo because Ursula absolutely hates the new Pokemon art style.
What?
It's the one where they're on like the beach or whatnot. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Pokemon, and I didn't really grow up with Pokemon, so I can't say for sure.
The Indigo League?
Indigo League? Okay, that's the original one.
Yeah, I like that.
That one's good.
But she doesn't like the newer ones?
She doesn't like the newer ones, like the one from last year that came out, where they're on this island, and Ash is just like, I gotta become the Pokemon Master again for like the 90th time.
And I'm still 10.
I've been 10 for 40 years. I've been saving this all day.
Okay.
Because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
What is it?
Because I'm so effing excited. Starbreeze Studios met with their stockholders
Okay.
this morning.
And if people don't know who Starbreeze
Studios are the creators of Payday the Heist and Payday 2.
which are games that we've played a crap ton.
Too much of.
But
Payday too much.
Payday 2
Too fucking extreme.
too fucking extreme. Anyway,
But they had a meeting where they talked about Payday 3 in there.
Ooh.
So we got an official logo drop. It's almost like the 2 symbol. Go look at
I'm
it.
going to look it up.
It's just a green 3 with like the money symbol line in between it.
Payday
And
3.
this Payday 3's tagline is going to be like live your heist fantasy instead of like
It's literally like the Payday one logo, but with just the green 3.
Yeah, well, that's a fan made one.
That's a fan made, yeah.
There, that one. There it is.
What?
Yep, Payday 3. It's going to come out immediately multi-platform. Payday 2 did the same thing, but
Is it though?
yes.
Is it though?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. I'm sure Mitch will love to hear this. It's not going to be made on that shitty fucking engine that it was made for Payday 2.
Gosh, dude.
I can't remember what it was called for the life of me. I want to say Gold Source. I know that's not correct.
More like Crab Source.
Crab Source.
It was so bad. You could hide like your kind of your prisoners, like heads
if
through
you just
the walls.
hid their head through the walls, they could never be found.
People walking around could never see them, and I was like, "What are you doing? What's going on?"
There's a
with this
video
thing?
out there where this guy like whips out a knife and he's gonna stab an officer, and he just like, because he's protecting the power box thing, and he whips it out and he's gonna stab them, and he disappears, and he turns around and there's the officer just pulling it down. Like,
You're like, what?
the Smooth Criminal starts playing. Yow! I'll have to find it and show it to you after
Is that
this.
Smooth Criminal?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Smooth Criminal.
something.
Okay. Oh, we haven't told people about our backdrop yet.
We have a backdrop.
Yeah, we do right here.
Oh.
I guess not for them, but for us.
Our backdrop.
It's literally, it looks like we're just staring on like a
sitting-
sunroom or a patio.
This is a patio room.
Okay.
And it's currently raining.
And it's raining.
Yeah.
Because we had a fireplace before when Ryan was on.
Well,
But now we have a nice
we gotta
little...
we gotta mix it up.
Next is going to be just storms and all years. Help!
Next is just gonna be 8 hours of a NASA satellite crashing into the sun very
What?
slowly.
What?
I don't know how I'm gonna find it. I don't know how I'm
I
gonna make it.
expect you to find it.
I'm going to find something space related, preferably crashing into a planet within 8 hours.
Are we going to watch all 8 hours of it?
No.
I guess he's...
It's, oh my god! Look at that spike. Look at that.
Oh,
Looks
that's
like
the audio spike.
looks like my wife.
What? Just
I
a
don't-
blue spike?
Yeah. That's
She's
what
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, she's Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously.
Goodness.
You crazy, magnificent bastard, you.
What?
I don't know. Anyways, Payday. I'm really hoping that Payday 3 will be not.
Bad?
Yes, but I hope it's gonna be more of like, because I don't want it to be super realistic simulator heist game.
You want it to
2
be like
billion.
it is. You know?
Well, I want it to be like
better.
it is, but I also like that aspect of the idea of like, oh fuck, what if we did have like this super realistic Payday style game? You know, I mean, seeing Starbreeze's Overkill's recent disaster.
What was
The
the World War
Overkill's
II?
The Walking Dead. No,
What?
you remember that?
I do remember that.
That was out.
unfortunately.
That was out for like a month, and they had $100 edition, and the $100 edition was going to come with free exclusive. Well, I say free. It's $100.
free exclusive.
It's going to come with exclusive DLC that never came out, and I don't think anyone got a refund for it.
Yuck.
And it was so bad that they actually, I forget who makes The Walking Dead again.
AMC?
AMC actually just straight up, like, they came to AMC. They're just like, oh man, we're just going to release it on consoles. We're going to release it on consoles. It's going to be okay. We're going to get some DLC out. It's going to be okay. And AMC was just like, no, you're not.
It's okay.
Cut it down.
It's okay.
Yeah, Overkill's
Can you even
like,
still buy it?
no, you can't
What?
get it. You can't get it at all.
What?
AMC cut it.
What?
It was so bad. AMC was just like, we don't want that anymore. We'd just get rid of it. It's gone. I'm pretty sure
That
if you
blows my
I'm pretty
mind.
sure if you pre-ordered it on console, you don't even get your money back. I could be wrong about that. I think Xbox may have and PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
may have, but good lord, it sucks.
Yeah, that honestly, it sucks to hear. It's like, oh yeah, we're not selling this anymore, but I guess it's better than losing money.
There's
Yeah.
there's another thing. I know that I know we talk about gaming a lot on here, and it's kind of a redundant topic, but
What's what we do?
It's what do we do? I want to know your opinion on EA saying the next NBA game has to be $70, otherwise they're gonna like start losing profits.
I think that's a load of crap, honestly.
Well,
$70, like, all right. Oh, man, I remember when games used to be not $60, you know? I remember when they were $50.
yeah,
That was a good time. When they were $49.99
that was a good time.
for like PS2. I even believe like most of them were like $39.99. And then all of a sudden Xbox 360 and PS3 came out. And I think that's when they made the jump to $60, which honestly, when you think about it, yeah, sure, you're going to get, you're bang for your buck with $60, most of the time.
Most of the time.
But for a game like NBA, 2K, and like Madden, you don't need to be spending it every single time for updated rosters.
My problem is that they sit here and they say, "Oh, if we don't go $70, we're going to start losing profits, or our profit margin is going down." First off, EA is rich as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are so rich. They gave a raise to their like CEO when Battlefield 5 just like flopped and cut paychecks of everyone that actually worked on the game.
Jeez.
And I think he still quit because it was that bad, if I'm correct.
I never played that. Was it really bad?
Battlefield 5?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was terrible when it came out.
Or was it Battlefield 1 that was really good?
Battlefield 1 was the really good one.
Oh, okay.
Battlefield 5 was terrible. Was still terrible. Had like they had like the DLC that introduced the Americans and the Japanese. And they're like, okay, we're going to start introducing more Pacific theater. We're going to start introducing the Eastern versus Western front for the United States versus Germany.
Yeah.
And EA was just like, no, you're not. You're making Battlefield 6. And DICE is just like, but we want to work on this. They're like, no, Battlefield 6. And then DICE is just like, okay, at least we got our baby, Star Wars Battlefront 2. You can't work on that anymore now. Why? I mean, the community's growing. It's looking
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is looking good.
Battlefront 2 made a huge... Ow, I hope I caught that on the fucking...
Just snapped your neck.
I'm leaving.
He's gone. He's gone.
Battlefield or Star Wars Battlefront 2 made a massive comeback. It sucks that, like, some of the remnants of its crap still kind of like lingers, like the cards. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still just kind of like its stench is smearing all over there. But it's good. I played it. It's really good. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, NBA wanting to be $70. My second problem with that is the fact that they're not even gonna like get rid of like Ultimate Team or the card packs or the ability to buy Yeezys for like $400 in-game dollars. That's real life dollars too.
Gross. Ultimate Team never spiked my interest. Obviously they make money from it or else it wouldn't be in every single game, but just bring back like, I don't know, make your own team. Cause that was fun.
I miss that. I remember me and Mitch did. I don't remember if he's talked about it on here.
The rainbow, what was it?
The rainbow fat kids.
Fat kids.
Well, here's the funny part. When we did that, Mitch spent like, I'm pretty sure like half an hour making sure everything was perfect on his team. Just the absolute best of the best as he could for, I'm assuming his early high school brain would allow him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. All right. At the time. I spent like 5 minutes on mine. I'm pretty sure I did random colors, made them all fat. I'm just like, all right.
All fat and short.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's play. I don't remember the outcome. I think I lost.
You won.
I won?
Yeah, I remember you won. Because he always goes like, yeah, Ryan spent like 2 seconds building his team while he spent like the whole afternoon. And then all of a sudden, every time I tried running it, he'd just tackle me and I'd fumble it and I couldn't even tackle him.
Here's something that gets slept on for story-wise. I can pull the dumbest shit out of my ass when it comes to like
sports,
to sports games and to like strategy games. Cause like I definitely remember winning a game of Halo Wars with like some of the like, you know, those like grunts that Yap Yap makes, the free ones. I definitely remember winning a match with that.
Jeez.
Just only the little Yap Yaps.
Just base rushing.
Well, not only that, but like Mitch was like focusing econ just a little bit too much. And so his defenses were a little piss poor. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. I focus econ too much as well all the time.
Dude, we've played a lot of Halo Wars too.
I want to play more Halo Wars too.
We need to.
We do.
Maybe
I want to do a video for MC Game.
A video?
I want to do a video of MC Game, the three of us, which is going to suck because I don't know how the hell we're going to get all three of us in one room and do that, but we'll figure it out when it comes to that.
We can do side by side, but we need another capture card then.
True. Or
if we're doing multiple games.
Or we just need someone that's willing to observe more than actually play, you know? Like a spectator.
I can do that.
Yeah, we could get a spectator role going. Because there is that. But it's less Halo Wars, where I pulled dumb crap out of my ass. It's sports.
Sports is always where it comes.
Where I'm pretty sure I've pissed off Mitch more times than I'm okay to admit. I taught Mitch what a safety was, thanks to Madden.
What?
Yeah.
He didn't know what
Mitch
a safety was?
didn't know what a safety was. Okay, so granted, I'm pretty sure this was like in middle school or something.
Mm-hmm.
And his offensive line, apologies, was just about at his end zone. I don't know how I did it, but he was there. And I tackled his quarterback into the end zone, and it popped up safety, and I got 3 points. And he just goes, "What safety? What the hell is a fucking safety?"
Dude,
he's just like, I don't even know what his safety is.
So mad.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it. It's so scary though.
It is really scary.
Has he told? I don't really want to throw him under the bus because he's not here. Has he told the Jason story?
Mm-mm.
No. Do you think we can talk about the Jason story?
What is it?
It's the one where Jason burnt his house down in Minecraft, and he got angry.
And Mitch got angry?
Yeah.
We can tell that, I guess.
Okay.
If it's bad, we'll cut it out.
I'll tame it down. So, because I don't want to shit talk Mitch because he's a good guy. I love him. But I was over at Mitch's place, and we were young boys, like we are, and we get on the box, and our buddy Jason joins at our craft server, and Mitch is tending to his fields in his backyard in his little hut. I don't remember where the fuck I was. Probably in La La Land underneath the mountain. And
you do like your underground mountain bases.
I love building.
Just because no one can really
I love building underground mountain bases. I don't care how much everyone hates them. I love it.
Well, you just can't see them. You don't see them in the blind eye.
No. Because here's the thing. The thing about underground bases is I can design them so cool. I can do whatever the hell I want. And it doesn't look... I don't have to worry about an exterior, like matching it. Because it's just all interior. It's just there. It's just there. All interior. And I love that about mountain bases. But back to the point, because I know Victor will yell at me for this. We were crafting, and I came back, and our floor was on fire. And the floor was the only bit made out of wood. And I'm pretty sure the house itself is just about as large as the room we're in now. So it was easily replaceable wood. Not to Mitch, though. It was not easily replaceable. He got angry, of course, threw a boxing glove at his TV.
What?
Yeah. I don't know where that boxing glove is to this day.
Still in his TV.
Still in his TV, probably. Went upstairs, came back, still angry, with a book, The Yellow Pages, to find where Jason lived.
He's just gonna find Jason.
But Jason didn't live in town. Mm-hmm. He lived in Pacific, whatever.
Yeah,
I can't say it. Pacific. That's all you'll get out of me.
The Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean. He lived in the Pacific Ocean. And when he couldn't find him, I don't know how he gave up, but he did. He threw the Yellow Pages at his TV, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me well. Went into his room. Now, this is the part where I thought, okay, it's done and over, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. He grabs his mattress from his bed, runs outside, and this is when he had a pool at the time.
Oh, I think I've heard the story.
I miss this pool. I miss this pool. Let me just add that. I want our Patreon to invest in a new pool for Mitch.
Invest in a new
pool for Mitch.
Can we get donations for a pool for Mitch?
Can we get donations for a pool for Mitch?
Just $10,000.
$10 million.
And what does he do with the bed?
Well, he takes his mattress. He runs outside. He shouts, "Just cause this," because back then I used to shout like "Just cause" because I'm an idiot.
It's a video game.
Yeah. Throws the pool, or not the
throws the pool.
No, throws the mattress into the pool. All right. then proceeds to jump into the pool himself.
All because
Jason burnt down a small portion of wood in Minecraft. And that's gamer. I remember, the last thing I remember is he was coming in drenched. And his mom was just like, Mitchell, what did you do? And he goes, I threw my mattress into the pool, Mom. And then I jumped in.
Jeez, dude.
Which, now that I've shared an embarrassing story about Mitch, to make it even, I'm going to share an embarrassing story about me.
Okay.
That happened just today.
Today?
Yeah,
oh,
you were there.
I was here.
So, me and Christian here.
We're doing a recording day.
We were recording a lot of gaming videos, all right? And I'm hungry, all right? I get tired and I'm hungry. Mm-hmm. But unlike
we've been recording for like 3 hours at this point.
Well, yeah, and we still are recording.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I grab my wallet and we go to Subway. And we get Subway. And Christian pays because he's a generous human being. And I love it. And we go back to my place. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm so hungry for these sandwiches. And I keep my key in my wallet just because it's the safest place to put it. And I pull out my wallet and there's no key in there.
Safest place.
Yep. And I reach into my right pocket and there's no phone in there. I have completely locked ourselves out of the house. And so my first instinct is to be like, okay, there's a secret key in the back. All right. And now that you know about it, I have to shoot you, even though it wasn't there. So
we walk around.
We go around the block to get into the backyard, and I'm checking the secret spot, and there's like 4 million spiders there, and there's no key.
No key.
It's been moved or thrown away or something. I'm like, okay, I'll try the garage. And as midway through trying the garage, I remember two things. A, I don't know what the damn code is. B, the garage code doesn't even work. So even if I do know it, it doesn't work. And then I have one last thought. There's a rock in the front of my porch.
Smash the window.
No.
We're smash the
window.
There's
a rock in the front of my porch that had a key. I remember, because that's how I got in after prom.
So we go again
all
to
the way back around. I lift the rock up. And I have a smile on my face, and it just disappears instantly.
No key.
Because there's no goddamn key there. I'm a fucking idiot, guys.
Because I remember Ryan going, wait, I don't have my key with me. And I remember seeing a phone plugged in downstairs while going up. I'm like, oh, maybe that was someone else's or whatever. You know, like I'm sure we don't need it. I should have asked him, hey, you got everything, you got your phone, you got your keys, but...
No, because I'm an idiot. I forgot all of it, and
then we rang the doorbell.
About 90 times. It was about 4, 3, something like that.
Rang the doorbell.
Thank God we got an answer.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to be trapped outside. I was going to have to fucking buy a crowbar from
go to the keysmith and just be like, hey, can you let us in?
Can you just let us in?
You would have been like, what? No, I think it was very interesting because like right away I was like, oh my gosh. No, I was like, okay.
Right away when I opened my wallet, I felt like I was poor, except there was actually money in there.
Yeah.
And I didn't have my key.
Well, you didn't have a key.
It was just like a fly coming out of there. I was just like, crap.
Dust.
I'm an idiot.
Like, there we go.
I'm so stupid. I can't believe I would forget a thing like that.
We got in though.
We did get in.
We got in.
Thank God.
Yeah. It was about 10 minutes?
It wasn't long. It felt like 4 hours. But
it did.
It's been hot this summer.
I know.
That's leading off of that. It's been so hot this summer.
It's like humidity is just gross.
Is today Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
I forget what day it is because it's so freaking hot. Like I want to go outside and I want to because Victor and Colton and a few other people that I'm very unaware of, Mitch as well, do golf, all right? Mm-hmm. And that's fun to look. That's fun to watch. I would never be able to play.
No, I think it's really fun to watch.
It's fun to watch in person. It's not fun to watch on TV.
It's not fun to watch yourself do it either because golf is really weird Because you're like, oh, I can definitely hit this ball, and then you just whiff it,
and
you're like,
whiff it.
You're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done playing this game.
Well, that's the thing. They don't trust me with anything. They let me hit the ball like twice, but
do they trust you driving the cart?
they let me drive the cart around.
Oh, that's the best part.
It is the best part, honestly. And I'm very upset that we didn't go on like Friday to like Malvern or whatnot, or whatever
other places.
And I almost ditched a golf cart while we were in while we were in the G Hood.
Dang.
The G Hood golf.
You almost put it in the ditch.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Have you driven one of those things?
I've driven a golf cart.
Okay,
yes.
so for anyone who hasn't, there's the gas and then there's the brake. And a golf cart is really slow.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pedal to the metal to get.
It doesn't stop fairly fast. It stops pretty fast.
It stops. All right.
But it's not like instant. I mean, you can stop instantly. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're stupid.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been on some golf carts where like the brake barely works.
Oh.
And you have to like swivel your
That
way
wasn't this one. But anyways, so this is my first time driving a golf cart, so I'm getting the hang of it. And I get the hang of it. And here's what it looks like. It's this little hill. It's a straight. Immediately to the right is a big old bridge. And we need to turn the cart around because I was facing towards the bridge. And we need to turn the cart around because the next hole was across the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I go onto the bridge, turn it around really sharp, and almost ditch the damn thing. Because I didn't know there was a brake on there. And they didn't bother to tell me until I was almost ditched in. It's just.
Were they sitting on with you? Or were they walking?
Just Mitch was sitting on with me.
What was Mitch saying?
Nothing.
Like, whoa.
He didn't even call me an idiot. He was just like, why did you hit it in reverse? I'm like, I didn't even know that existed down here. There's like this little, like a little switch down there. And you crank it left and you're going in reverse.
You're going.
I didn't even know that existed. It was weird. Fun though, going like, I don't know what the max speed on those things are, like
15
miles per hour through an open field as I'm like, I'm watching, we're zooming, we're watching these old guys just golf. I'm just like, wow, I'm going to die. Probably. If I get hit in the head and don't wake up, that's gamer.
That's gamer. Should we talk about our kind of like, I don't know if this is like one of our friendship defining moments, because I know we talked about that with Victor.
Well, let's be real. This whole podcast has been all over the place, but
it has been. But honestly, like I think one of our most developed like ways that we developed our friendship was summer school.
Oh God!
And I think we need to lay some perspective for some people that we both went to summer school freshman year. After freshman year,
I failed because Mr. Max Payne. Over there.
Max Payne.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to call him because I don't name drop on here. Mr. Max
Payne, we'll call him that. He was not a very good teacher.
Terrible math teacher.
And everyone who basically couldn't get transferred out of his class went to summer school.
I was so screwed.
Which I got really upset because I think it was the second week where I'm like, hey, I'm not really understanding what he's saying. I'm not really picking up what he's doing.
Kind of an idiot.
Can I, Mr. Max Payne... I asked the guidance counselor, I'm like, can you please move me? I think I'd understand better. And this other teacher,
I don't remember his or her name.
I don't remember her actual name.
That was a her?
I think so.
I don't remember it at all. I don't remember. That's the thing.
They were actually a really good teacher. And I remember Colton moved to their class and was like, oh man, I'm actually understanding what's going on. And I was like, okay, I need that. And apparently too many kids transferred before me and I couldn't transfer.
Because Mr.
Max Payne
is so bad at teaching math. When your first words to a class of kids are math reminds me of my girlfriend because she's a ton of problems. And then you have to spend the next 20 minutes telling everyone, oh, please don't be offended by that joke I made. I already knew I was going to have a bad time.
Like, really? Come on, dude. He was definitely interesting, but he was the reason why we went to summer school. But at the same time, I'm glad it was the reason.
I'm glad.
Because I was so scared. I remember getting there first, I believe. Was I there first?
No.
You were there
I
first.
was there first because you had driving.
I had driver's ed in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different experience. I actually put a car in the ditch in driver's ed because she didn't tell me if I was clear. And literally, like, I was like, hey, am I good to back up? Asking the passenger to kind of like look because she's sitting in the front. She's like, oh, yeah, you're good. I put it in reverse and put it into a ditch. And she's like, I can't believe you did that. And then one of the people that I drove with was like, I'm not going to let you forget you did this at all. And he said every time I saw him in the hallway, he's like, remember when you put the car in the ditch? I was like, hey, remember when our teacher said I was clear? That's besides the point, though. Okay, I think I walked in and like at first I was like, dude, summer school's going to blow.
I think I was late that day, so this might explain why you were first.
Okay. It was something where it's either like I think I sat down and I was like, I don't know.
We would show up and it would take like 40 minutes for everyone else to fucking show up anyways.
Yeah, but the first day I sat down and I was like, I don't know anyone in here. I'm like, this is gonna suck. And then all of a sudden I see Ryan walk into the school and I was just like, oh, there's another driver's ed class going on, so maybe he's going to that. And I see him turn to the library and I'm like, oh no, dude. And he comes in. I was like, yes, this is going to be awesome.
I love it.
And it literally, that was not summer school. I will say that. That was not summer school.
That was the most fun my parents ever had to pay $300 for me to be there for.
I loved it. Just because.
Mr. J. Because we can't name drop.
You can't, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
He's a really good teacher.
Mr. J is a really good teacher.
He's a very good teacher.
Puddin', you're such a good teacher, Mr. J.
Okay.
Who am I?
I don't know. Oh.
I'm Harley Quinn.
Mr. J!
Oh my God, that was terrifying.
Okay, but I remember one day in summer school where we called this guy named Franklin. Because Mr. J called him Franklin because he had a backpack just like Franklin the turtle, which didn't make sense to all of us because we didn't really know. And he just kept saying, hey, it's Franklin. He walked in and I was like, what are you doing? But he would always come in with Chinese food every single day at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I didn't even know they were open that early.
I was just like, why are you eating Chinese food so like late in the day? And literally he came in. And, like, there was this one day where we're doing problems on the sheet. And, like, you had to fill out all the problems eventually and turn it in by the end of the class.
It was, like, I want to say it was, like, 100 problems. But we had all summer to do it or something.
I think there was more than that. I can't remember.
I don't remember. It was a shit ton.
But Mr. J goes, hey, Mr. J. Mr. J goes, hey, to this kid because he's like, I don't really want to do this. And he goes, you know what? If you finish all of this by tomorrow,
it was 100.
It had to be that. Yeah,
I remember it was specifically 100.
He's like, if you can finish all this. Oh, did he mark it? I think he marked it and said, hey, if you can do all these 100 problems by tomorrow, you don't have to come to summer school anymore.
Pass.
Which literally is how long is summer school? 6 weeks?
It's about like almost 2 months.
Yeah, which is stupid. But literally, he's like, you don't have to come here anymore. And I was like, dude, and everyone's like, yo, can we do this? Can we do this? And he's like, no. Only him because he's complaining about it. And I remember the next day he came in and we're like, hey, did you get the problems done? He's like, what? I forgot. And I was like, no, dude, what are you doing?
He started marking them
and he
all
started
as zero.
I was like, and then Mr. J checks and he's like, you didn't do them. He's like, I did them. You didn't say I had to do them right. And I was like, what are you doing, dude?
I remember that. I remember we had a packet. But like, because
sucked.
Well, the packets, not only did the packets suck, but we were too stupid to understand the packet. I remember that. At least I was too stupid. And so we sat there asking stupid questions. But
oh my gosh.
The funny part is Mr. J would laugh at every single question. He would laugh for like 15 minutes with us.
Because he'd be like, what?
And I remember that was the first time ever where we sat there for an hour and a half making fun of the packet. And we didn't do a single thing.
Didn't. No, that was more than half the time when we went there. And then he's like, all right, just do it as homework when you get home. And it was like, okay, whatever. I remember half the time it was asking Mr. J stupid questions that didn't even have to deal with math. And the other time trying to make him sing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Because he was a pretty good singer. And we're like, hey, Mr. J, please, you need to sing to us. And he's like, no, I only do that during the school year. I was like, no. You need to sing to us.
Okay, so this is a question that's been burning in the back of my mind because I faintly remember it every time.
Okay.
During summer school, I can't remember if I gave you it or you gave me it. But somewhere in the mix, someone gave someone Far Cry 3 through a folder.
And you gave me Far Cry 3.
I don't think you ever gave it back.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just disappeared one day.
Did it?
Yeah, I have no idea where it went. Not like I'm feeling the incline to play Far Cry 3 all of a sudden.
Because I remember because I was like, oh yeah, I've never played Far Cry 3. And you're like,
I remember giving it to you.
Because I gave you a game.
You did?
I remember giving you a game also because it was kind of like a trade.
We had a trade.
I can't remember what I gave you.
I don't remember. I remember we swapped. I remember giving it to you. I remember swapping it. And I straight up don't remember anything else.
I remember swapping it back.
I remember that too.
But I don't remember what happened to it.
I don't know. It just straight up disappeared one day.
Well, I'll buy you Far Cry 3 if you want.
No.
If you really want to play it.
As he pulls up his phone, he's like, Amazon. He's like, $4 on Amazon. I can get it.
So
I can get it
cheap.
delivered in 10 minutes.
It's so dirt cheap right now.
That is dirt cheap. Everything's kind of dirt cheap.
It is.
Gas is going slightly back up,
which is kind of stupid.
That's big poopy.
I miss it. So actually, this is the first time we're recording a podcast and then releasing it. I guess it's not the first episode we did that, but recently, usually we post it to Patreon first, but since we kind of have to catch up, since we didn't do it last week, we kind of have to.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah.
What does Sonic say? You're too slow.
Yeah, he says that. You're too slow. Come on, catch it up, speed it up, or something like that. Something stupid like that. But actually, this episode will go up tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. It goes up today for Patreon, then tomorrow for regular, and then I'm recording one with Zach tomorrow. Hope maybe. I don't know.
Here's hoping.
I
see you at my house tomorrow. Like, can you record another podcast?
Can you record 6 more things?
Can you record 90 billion more things?
So what do you think?
Oh my god, I'm so unprofessional. I'm so unprofessional. On. Okay, what were you saying?
Jeez. What do you think? So we are trying new stuff with MC Media.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Like from this recording session that we did today, is there something that
I want everyone to be kind of open to like what we play.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested. I've definitely played New Vegas so many times that just like playing it, like driving myself to play it again is boring. I don't want to do it, but I want to see what you do.
I've never played it.
I want to see what you do in I don't know what you're playing tomorrow, but I'll just say Animal Crossing. But I'm not confirming anything here.
We're probably not playing Animal Crossing.
You're playing something on the Switch, and I'm interested to see how you play that. And I hope that Zach and Mitch will be interested to see on our narration on Dead by Daylight a little bit, and on Worms.
I think it was very interesting with Dead by Daylight, just because we played 2 as a survivor. You played. I sat back with it.
Yeah, I played them.
And I think just watching it, kind of you explaining more of the game mechanics made more sense. There is a lot of perks though.
There's just shit.
Kind of give me a headache, but at the same time, it's not like, oh man, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take. If I want to get into it, I'm gonna take time.
Here's the thing about it that like, there's like I'll be real. 70% of the perks
are useless.
On anyone are terrible. Like Monstrous Shrine, the perk makes it so that the entity is summoned faster in the basement, and I'm pretty sure we only hooked someone in the basement twice in our entire time.
Huh.
So yeah, this perk's terrible.
Maybe it kind of drives you to hook people in the basement more often then.
But the basement spawns in one spot.
Yeah.
Possibly extremely far away from where you just downed this person. And there's no point in trying to walk all the way over there.
Or else they're going to escape.
And they're just going to get out. You know? So it's terrible.
It was pretty fun, though.
It was fun.
Worms was pretty fun, too.
Worms was fun.
This is a spoiler for Worms Armageddon, so we are cutting it out right now. Please. Thank you.
Yeah, just tell them a play-by-play. Let's just describe it to them. No, don't actually do that.
Actually, we just spoiled the whole... Maybe I'll mute that. I'll probably mute that.
No, you won't.
I'll probably mute that.
All right, you do what you want.
We just kind of spoiled the Worms Armageddon.
We just spoiled an entire video.
We literally did.
We're just going to cut that part out. We're going to
cut that part out so you
I don't know how you're going to make that a smooth transition between what the hell we were just talking about and now, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Now we got to keep talking for 10 more minutes because you screwed us, Christian.
Hold on. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'm going to be quiet here.
You're going to clap.
And I'm not going to clap. I'm going to take this bit of audio.
Yeah.
I'm going to about to say now, move it to where we need, where we need it. So Here it is. This is a spoiler for Worms Armageddon, so we are cutting it out right now. Please. Thank you. There we go. And then now, boom, it's that audio that you heard back there.
Hey,
wow.
yeah, it's almost like we're stupid and didn't plan this through. And so we just talked about a whole video that we made.
That we just
and then
made
we're just like, uh-oh, we never released it.
Wait, that's not coming out for a little bit.
That's not coming out for like 3 months. It's going to be really dumb.
Actually, so this week,
But
what is it? Oh, shoot. I forgot which episodes it is. Hold on.
what are you talking about?
The episodes that are releasing. The Octodad and Star Wars Battlefront 1 is coming out this week for regular people. Yeah. So if you're hearing this now, go to YouTube, type in MC Media, or go to any of our pages and you'll find the link to it and watch the video there. It's pretty fun. Mitch and I play Star Wars Battlefront 1 in verse, and we play Octodad.
I've actually never played Octodad.
It's very fun.
I heard it's hard.
It's very fun, though.
I know it's fun.
It's very interesting.
I know it's fun because every YouTuber on the literal
Face of the
planet played it when it came out. And then like the PS4 version came out and they're like, oh, it's a different game. And then like one YouTuber played it. And
it's the same
like
game.
It was like Jacksepticeye or something.
Was it?
I don't know. He plays like everything.
I guess so.
So I asked you this in one of the videos, but I feel like it's just it's a bit more relevant to like bring up now. I know you've never heard of Puppet Combo, but I guess to describe it to everyone else listening, Puppet Combo is basically a group of developers that make PS1, PS2.
Can you pull up some gameplay up there?
Oh, I guess we could do that.
You can pull that up.
I can pull up the trailer. Let me put my glasses back on.
Into what it is.
It's PS1, PS2 style horror games. First person, Resident Evil style, third person. I'm going to miss our rainy patio.
No, we only got 46 minutes into it.
I know.
Out of the 8 hours.
Out of the 8 hours and 1 second. Let me find some gameplay of it. It's so like niche that I'm surprised. Like, I would be surprised if I heard anyone that has heard of these games. 1 second. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Power Drill Massacre.
Power Drill Massacre?
This is like his first game ever.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey guys, this is Mitch Stanley from the MC Media crew here to tell you about our Patreon and how you can get involved with that. So let me tell you a little bit about our Patreon real quick. It's only $2 a month to complete access to all of our content. You get all of our future content a week ahead of time, ahead of those other losers that aren't on the Patreon. So first to see all our new content and projects, a shout out on the MC Radio Show, ad-free content on all our shows, and a chance to win some gifts in our monthly giveaway once we reach 150 supporters. If you're interested in supporting the crew, go to www.patreon.com/mcmedia76. And now back to the show.
Probably got to turn it
Puppet
up.
Combo. Ooh, it's spooky.
It's spooky.
Okay. Oh, I've seen gameplay of this.
This thing is
Car breaks down,
terrifying.
or you get lost in the woods. Stay away from the house at the top of the hill.
What the heck?
Evil lurks inside, behind every door, around every turn. And if you hear somebody behind you, whatever you do, don't turn around.
Whoa.
So that was his first game that he
Okay.
released. It's kind of a big deal because like I absolutely love games that have this like story on the surface.
Mhm.
But you can like find hints and bits and pieces of another story just kind of like hanging out in the background.
Mhm.
Like you can read a newspaper in the game about a child that literally gets kidnapped by the murderer in this game.
Oh.
And you can find her you can find her running around still alive in the facility, and you can see glimpses of other survivors that are trapped in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, I don't know what it is about that, but it's so weird. And it sucks that Puppet Combo only ever did this in 2 games. Stay Out of the House and Power Drill Massacre are the only 2 games to do that. Yeah. And it sucks because I got so invested in this crap.
And then they just took it away.
Then they're just like, no. But it's supposed to be this huge, like, overarching story of these, like, constant, like, murders and disappearances, but they're all done by different people and different time frames.
So, like, copycat killers.
Not necessarily copycat killers, because they do it in different ways, and they get their victims, they lure their victims in different ways, whether by force or just by accident or whatnot.
Interesting.
But each one of these are all driven for like almost the same reasons to do what they do. And it's really weird how it all mixes in together, because there's a game called the Glass Staircase, which is an orphan house, but it's being used to sacrifice these orphans to this weird demon creature.
Okay.
And the demon creature is the killer in the story, but you like kill it at the end. I don't know if that's too loud and the microphone's picking up. So
That should be fine, honestly.
I'll take it to 4.
If you hear rain noises, it's
not
our
actually
patio.
It's our pad. We're sitting in our patio.
It's
in
our actual
basement.
MC patio. Welcome to MC Patio.
Welcome to MC Patio, the new radio show where we talk about rain and rain accessories.
This is probably the chillest podcast episode.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
yeah.
not, but I don't know. There's been a lot of
It's probably the most random, and I know that
it's a lot of whiplash.
Well, it's a lot of whiplash, but I know we kind of get the same complaint from everyone, like, we talk about we're all over the place.
But I think that's just how a normal conversation goes.
That's just how a
though,
normal
too.
conversation goes.
And I think we pride ourselves.
If I were to stay on a top, I feel me personally, if I were to stay on a railway of topics, I'd be bored.
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Well, that's not how a normal conversation
No.
goes either. I think that, like I said, we pride ourselves in because we've gotten so many compliments saying, "Hey, this feels like I'm part of the conversation.
Yeah,
or I'm
you're just
listening
there."
in." And I think that's what we wanted it
Sitting
to be.
around
We
the
didn't
table.
want it to be like, "Welcome to MC Radio, where today we're going to talk about crawfish,
the swing dance,
the swing
the
dance,
new dance going around in New
it's
York City."
We're not just going to talk about one thing. And then it's just kind of like, oh, hey, this is what's happening in our lives.
what?
Or, hey, this is the news.
If this is all over the place, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place because that's how normal
But we love
conversations go.
PP.
PP.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell that relates.
I don't know, but man,
What were we talking about beforehand? I feel like there was an overarching topic, but then it just kind of
recording sessions, I guess, maybe.
Oh yeah, I would like to do Power Drill, not necessarily the Power Drill Massacre gameplay, but Puppet Combo game.
Yeah, I think we do definitely need to do a.
I want
horror
Mitch.
night.
I want Mitch to play Night Shift.
He doesn't like horror games. Though.
It's only 15 minutes long.
He hates horror games.
I don't care. I want him to play Night Shift.
care
I don't care.
because I know I've tried to get him to play horror games. He's like, I just don't like them, and I'm like, dude, come on. It's not a first-person shooter or a sports game. You gotta like it.
It's not golf, so I don't play.
He dogs on me all the time where it's just like, oh, you only like these indie games. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I do play a lot of indie games, but at the same time, I play a lot of like AAA games too.
Well, I remember telling him that Warframe was an indie game. And he doesn't like Warframe for his own reasons. And, I won't get into that. But I remember him saying, like, that's an indie game? It's like, yeah, it is an indie game, actually. It's indie as fuck. And it doesn't look indie.
No, it doesn't.
No, it looks like an actual video game. Now it feels indie because the devs are being big dum-dums, and every time they release an update, they're just like, this update will finish the story.
But it won't.
But it won't at all. And we added new guns nobody cares about because everyone's been using the same 3 overpowered guns since launch. And we're just going to nerf one of them randomly. We won't tell you when or which one, but we're just going to nerf
it'll
it.
just happen.
Yeah.
It'll just happen.
It's just going to happen, dog. Oh my God.
What?
I don't know. I feel like we went from topic to topic, and I feel like we're missing something because I know some people hate it when we don't finish a sentence or we don't finish.
I know.
topic.
Where it's just like I swear we were talking about something, but you cannot remember.
I feel bad if we did
People are gonna
that.
start screaming
I'm
in
so
the
sorry.
comments.
I will say though, my favorite thing about summer school
Yeah.
is the fact that I never did it again that year.
No, that was the only time in my life that I did summer school.
I did it with Mr. J. Mr.
That's
J.
it. And I think I learned.
And
I was
then-
like, you know what? Even if I have a bad teacher, I should, try to.
I don't remember.
try.
I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything from
It's all a dream.
math. It's all
It's all a
just a
dream.
vivid dream for me.
Gosh, dude.
I remember I passed. I want to say it was junior year math solely because the teacher didn't like me,
Yeah, he just didn't want you
and he
there.
was just like, "I don't
Just
want you
gets you-
here next year, so you're getting a C."
Oh, and you're like,
I'm
thank you,
just
man.
like, "Thanks, man.
Whatever.
Goodbye, man."
That was English in a nutshell. Senior year.
Oh God, please! I could literally record a whole podcast about stories from English.
So
senior year.
every day was a story
Let's
from
get
English.
the highlights. So
The highlights.
first
Okay,
off,
you said ray gun, and she
no,
threatened to send you to the principal's office.
You are getting ahead of yourself.
Okay, sorry. That's my favorite one.
So for some,
Actually, I have a different favorite one, but I'll show
would
it
you
at the end.
quit?
Okay, sorry.
All right. So for some godforsaken reason, our senior year, we had to do vocabulary words.
Do your vocabs.
I don't know why. I can't feasibly think of why. And I guess
she could.
I guess we need a sub name for her. I've came up with two.
What?
You get the name this one.
Colton calls her cowboy hat.
Okay, we'll just call her Cowboy Hat. So Cowboy Hat for some I can't say that seriously. So Cowboy Hat decides, I'm going to make a bunch of seniors. How many were in our class?
There's about
like
15.
10.
Yeah, there
Less.
wasn't a lot.
One real quick. Shout out for Afton for being in that class for literally one day.
One day.
And then ditching us.
Even though we kind of talked to him, we were like, dude, stay in this class. It could be awesome.
It could be
Literally,
awesome.
it's like, you, Ryan, Christian, and Afton, dude, it's going to be perfect. And then he leaves the next
Then
day.
he leaves.
I was like, come on, dude. Anyway,
Anyways,
keep going with the
we
vocab.
do the vocab. And I guess at some point, Christian just decided,
First
I don't think I want to do this.
the first day.
So he Googles, I don't know where he found it, a list of 500 fucking words I've never heard before in my life.
It was what?
Sullifulla.
Floxenoxynhilipilification.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce that.
And the thing was, if you used a word, you had to use it in a sentence and you had to pronounce it. So as long as I know how to use it in a sentence and pronounce it, I was fine. But I'm not going to go and use these stupid words in a sentence like, these are cool.
Use the word banana peel.
Use the word, this word. And I think it was words that you don't use or have never heard of. And I was like, oh, that's a wrong mistake. Cowboy hat.
I'm pretty sure I started ripping off the list.
You
too.
did. And I loved it because she's like, isn't that a word Christian used? And I was like, nope.
I remember because you used spaghettification.
Spaghettification.
And then I'm pretty sure 3 days later I
you
used
used
spaghettification.
spaghettification.
I'm pretty sure I used the same sentence too.
I loved it just because it was so fun to mess with her. And like there was one,
God.
my favorite one.
Is
was-
this the lean? Oh God! Was this the leaning one?
No. This is a different
okay,
one. This is a
okay.
different one. So we sat next to each other for the first couple of weeks, and then she noticed that was a big mistake. So she moved Ryan to the other side of the room, and like the next day, I was like, "Yo, Ryan, you know it'd be pretty funny." He's like, "What?" I was like, "If you move one seat at a time each day." And didn't tell her.
Oh my God!
And so like this happened for I think a month where every day you'd move over one seat and she wouldn't notice. She didn't notice at all. And it got to the point where we're just one chair between us and she goes, hey. And this she put you way in the corner. So she had to notice that you were sitting in front of her desk and then somehow moving more right. She's like, hey, that's not where you sit. And then it just got to the point where she's like, Ryan, where you kept moving over and you're like, fine. You just move back.
Well, because it was such a dumb class.
It was.
I remember What were we reading?
Hamlet.
We were reading Hamlet.
And you
of
got
course,
lucky.
I got so lucky because I got a character that died in the first 3 seconds. Of
He
the
literally
book.
was like, all right, I'm going to go and
Do you drink a tea? No.
and he's like, okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
And then he never comes back.
And then you lot would always throw me under the bus and make
Because
me read.
we got halfway through the story.
No. You would make me read the longest parts of the effing book,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm illiterate. So I'd sit there sounding like Hamilton. He met with Princess. Fuck.
No, the reason why we did that is because
No,
your
'cause
character
you
died
wanted
in the
to
beginning.
screw me.
And then all of a sudden, 5 days later, we're like, wait a minute. Ryan hasn't been talking at all. And we look and we're like, hey, Cowboy Hat. He doesn't have any lines. And she goes, what? Got more. Can we share the ray gun story?
I will share.
That's
I don't
like,
remember
up there.
how. I don't remember how. All I remember is that.
No, you said revive me. I have ray gun.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember I was just gonna pull a prank where I'm just like, "Hey Christian, wouldn't it be funny if every sentence I had was a COD zombie sentence?"
I loved it.
And I
loved
got away with it for like 2 days, and I don't remember my word was, but it was just like, "Oh man, please revive me. I has ray gun."
Yeah, that meme where it's like, hey,
And
bro, revive me. I have
ray gun. And Christian and I think Andrew were bouncing off of me to encourage me to say ray gun some more. And I said ray gun about 40 times before she picks up the phone and she's just like, Ryan, if you say ray gun one more time, I'm going to consider that a threat to the school and you're going to the principal's office.
She was like, yeah, are you threatening us right now? And I was like, whoa. It's like, it's just a video.
Mrs. Cowboy, I don't actually have a fucking ray gun, you stupid bitch.
Oh,
shut the fuck
She
up.
also would say to people that she was going to nail you to the floor. She's like, I'm going to nail you to the wall.
Can you please tell the leaning left story?
I don't know that one.
Okay, so I don't remember.
I remember it
how.
happened, but I was like, what is she talking
She
about?
yelled at me for some reason to come back behind her
Every
desk.
day, every day.
I was yelled
Every
at
day
for something
was
fucking
something.
new. But I went behind the desk and she's just like, oh, can you do like 4 more vocab words than usual? Just like, I'm caught up with everyone else. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And
I know.
she's just like, oh, you're just lacking behind, and I just want you to pass is all. I'm just like, oh, you just gotta just lean a little left, Miss Cowboy. And she's just like, oh, I never do that.
It's like,
Just like, whoa, okay, hold on. That's not at all what I meant, but, you know,
it's like,
suffering.
she was interesting.
This is for Colton. Your SpongeBob and Patrick shredding the nard with the swastika was still up there to the end of the year. I just want you to know that.
Because he would draw Cowboy Hat like pictures every day. Like, look, I drew you a picture, and she's like, "Wow, really cool, Colton," and just put it up on the wall.
I'm actually surprised Colton didn't start a trend of hiding swastikas.
Oh my
in all
god,
of his pictures.
What else did she do?
I don't know. I
Dude.
blanked out only the non-funny parts.
That was the class when I said Cargo Bob.
No, that wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. That was history class.
was that history
That was
class?
history
Oh, okay.
class.
Crap.
Crash.
Where he would he would hold us because we were loud. He's like, hey,
The young bass.
yeah, the young
Young Bass.
young bass.
We were in Young Bass's history
young
class.
bass, and he would hold it. He's like, hey, you guys are being loud, so we're gonna hold you. And it's like, okay, dude.
Was that Young Bass? I don't remember that.
Old Bass would ring a little like xylophone, and all you'd hear was bing, 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 and it's not even loud enough for half
It's
the
like
class. And it's
2 girls talking in the back.
Yeah,
and I
it's
hear
like,
this loud ass xylophone.
you could get him mad by saying girls track sucked. And Austin, you know what Austin I'm talking about. He like, I told him before we went, I'm like, hey, let's get Old Bass to kind of go on a tangent today because I don't want to talk about the Lost Hills anymore. And he's like, all right. He's like, all right, I know what to do. And he goes and he's like, you know what? I think just girls track just is not as superior as boys track. And he's like, why is that? He was the head coach of the girls track. He's like, why is that? He's like, you know what? Boys can just run faster. He's like, oh, well, I don't think so. Just
my
go
God.
40 minutes just talking about it.
Here's one for you. So Chrome had the little extension things, add-ons.
I love
And
it.
I found one where it was that cop that got in a controversy for like pepper spraying these dudes that are like already handcuffed and whatnot. And the app would do is at random points while you were browsing, that cop would pull up, shake his little can, and spray you in the face hole.
Why?
I don't know. It was just
cool.
hilarious to me. And I set it to like where it happened very rare. So it'd go months on end and I'd totally forget it's there. And then I'd just get
All
this
of a sudden,
fat cop just like, all right, you can spray today, boy.
I had the Nick Cage
But no.
one.
Here's what happened. Because I found two more. I found a John Cena one.
Oh my god!
It was just like John Cena. And then I found who's the Just Do It guy? What was his name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. And he would pop up to give you motivation. And Justin and Isaac ruined it for me.
Why'd they ruin it?
Because they would not stop pressing the John Cena button in Mother Truckin'. I need a new name for him.
Old Bass?
Not Old Bass. Like, imagine the Old Bass, but like younger and angrier, but not young Bass. Senior year chemistry teacher. Toolbox.
Toolbox.
I'm sorry, Mitch, but yeah, he did it in Mr. Toolbox's class.
Okay.
And he got instantly angry. He's just like, "Where'd you find this from?" Well, we found it from Ryan. All right, I want to make sure he pays for this. Like, okay,
jeez.
I never heard anything from
I
it.
did not like him.
I didn't like him either. I'm sorry,
He was.
but
I did not like him.
that day was the day that my extension stopped working.
The day of reckoning.
The day of reckoning came.
Papa John.
Papa John's was predicting this day. The Mayan calendar was years off.
It was
that day.
Unbelievable.
And I just remember hearing from, I want to say it was Mallory, because she was trying to like make me feel bad about something dumb and I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't. And you just like, yeah, how do you feel that Justin and Isaac ruined your fucking extensions? And I'm just like, Justin and Isaac did that? I thought they just turned it off.
Oh, dude. I love the extensions on there.
I wish that Chrome wasn't terrible so I could use it more.
Yeah.
And use the extensions.
It's all right. I used one where it would do loading things for everything. It would just continuously put, like, it was very counterproductive, but it was usually to me just not to
False
do stuff
loading?
that were like false loading.
Oh my
where it'd be
God.
like, yeah, I turned in this thing and it just keeps loading. And they're like, oh, okay, that's okay. It'll be enough. Just do it whenever you can. And I was like, okay.
That's the problem when we swapped to paper to Chromebook, is that
There's too many
I
things
have
around it.
no idea if they just didn't test it. I have no idea if they just weren't ready to handle it.
No, they were
But
not
there was
ready.
like a period of time
Not
where the
ready at all.
Chromebooks, I'm pretty sure it was like a month or a month and a half, where they just straight up didn't work.
No, not at all.
But Facebook worked just fine on them. I remember when we were
Turned
playing
it off.
with No Fun Cop in financial literacy. I was there.
I wasn't there.
And, well, I know you weren't there. I remember Erwin can actually vouch for me because I think he was there. Same with Brittany, but we don't fucking talk to Brittany ever. And Fun Cop would be like, does your Facebook work? And the smart children would say no. And the very, very dumb children that screwed us over would say yes. Totally ruining our ability to check Facebook and Twitter.
Wow.
As if anyone at our age cared to check Facebook or Twitter. Are you texting on the job?
I am texting.
What are you? Who are so important that you have to text?
I
them
gotta
right now?
just. There's more stuff I gotta figure out.
What?
It's business stuff.
Business?
Business.
I am business.
You are business.
My middle name is business.
So, did you take any gym class? Were you?
Yes,
Were you in my gym
I-
class?
you-
You were in my gym.
You
class?
were the,
Okay.
the sub,
TA?
the TA.
Heck
not
yeah,
sub.
man.
Because I remember a story of we were doing it was a free. No. It was not effing free tree tag. It was a free day that day. No, it was a free day. And what would happen is he was just like, I don't care what you're doing as long as you're active.
As long as you're active.
Yeah, and so me and Connor would walk laps with because we were lazy and poor.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor had the bright idea. It was just like, next lap I'm gonna hide in the storage closet. I'm like, okay, man, you hide in the storage closet. He goes in there. I walk another lap. I'm talking to someone else. I don't remember. He comes back out. And he's just like, yeah, there's this really weird kid in there. I wouldn't go in there. He's wearing shorts and sandals. It's really weird.
Okay.
I'm just like, I wonder who the hell that could be. And then I find out years later, it's you hanging out in the storage closet. I don't know, doing some anime stuff.
He would always tell me to go organize the storage closet. And I'm like,
what is there to organize in there?
He was just like, yeah, make sure all the balls get put back in the right place, gents. And I was like, all right.
Gents?
He called me gents.
What the hell is wrong with him?
I don't know, man. He was pretty cool.
He was cool.
Dr. Double S.
Too bad. Dr. Double S. God damn it.
Yeah, man. He was pretty chill. I liked him.
Yeah.
I also remember Connor doing a lap.
A lap
for the pacer.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I remember he literally did one, and then
he
Dr. Double S was like, "Hey, you need to do more," and he's like, "Mm-mm." He just doesn't do it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna admit it now because I'm fat. I sucked ass at the pacer,
Dude,
but I
pacer
actually
is poopy.
I actually tried to do it. I know some places are just like straight up saying, the pacer's unbalanced.
It is unbalanced.
It is unbalanced.
How is it supposed to be balanced?
It's not balanced. It's because this Michelle Obama is trying to ruin
it doesn't take in
us.
consideration like more muscle mass that people have.
Yeah.
Like the more muscle you have, the more oxygen it's going to take to fuel up those muscles.
No, it's only age. What was it? Age and laps.
Age. Done? It was age.
Just
age and then male and female.
Oh.
It was like, hey, what's your age? Oh, you're 17?
Yeah,
you need to do 107. And
there's
it's like,
no way
what?
that was made in the year like 2015.
No way.
That had to have been developed, I swear to God, in probably like the late 90s or something.
And they just kept using it.
They just kept using it.
That's not how it works. I'd always get an F in it. There was one year where I got like 78 because I was actually trying. But then I was just like, dude, and they're like, oh yeah, you still get an F.
What
like,
sucked?
What?
What sucked about my class though is that I had every goddamn athletic person in there.
Oh, and they'd go on for hours.
I would do like, I don't know, at max 20 laps or something, or 25. I can't remember what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just got these 4 athletic
dudes
and like the two chicks that work out in their free time. Or whatnot.
I was those people
that would just go to like level 300, and I'm pretty sure they had to like stop it. Like, okay, you already passed. You don't need to like show how big your cock is. All right, all right, we get it.
It was ridiculous. I was like, okay, man, whatever.
Mr. J,
Mr. Dr. Double J, Mr. Dr. Double S.
I don't want to go back to high school ever.
Me neither.
I'm glad I don't have to.
High school kind of sucked.
It's gonna suck because I'm gonna have to deal with high school again.
Why?
When I have kids.
You will, but you won't be going back to
I
high school.
won't be going back, but I'll have to deal with the BS again.
Honestly, my advice for high school: find an activity.
No one in here is in high school.
I know, or anyone listening to this is in high school.
If you are some reason found our podcast
and you're in high school
and you're going into high school,
please consider
beat
listening to something else. No. Please, getting into an activity. It helps.
Or
just in life in general.
Or you can make an activity, and then people in the higher ups are just like, can you call it something else? And I just tell them no.
That's pretty good too.
Did I ever tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
I did?
Yeah. Where Mr. Yogurt.
No fun cop.
Mr. Yogurt.
Oh, yeah.
Had a,
Yogurt had it. And then I took it over and I renamed. Well, I didn't.
You didn't rename it. You just stole the name.
I just stole it.
And No Fun Cop.
No Fun Cop was just like, can you rename it to like Strategy Education?
Because didn't you just say D&D Club?
Yeah, it was just called D&D Club.
And you're like, no.
And then he was just like, can you rename it to like Strategy and Education so it looks good on our resume? I'm just like, no.
Bye. I'm leaving.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
And then they changed it when I left, so.
What a butt.
I know, what a bunch of butts.
Come on.
They waited to assassinate my name.
And then they did it while you weren't even there.
Yeah, they game ended it.
The game ended it.
Game ended. Did you guys use game end while I was away?
What?
Game End.
No, we don't use Game End.
Why would I told you guys to use
That's
Game
video
End.
game
That's
style.
not video game. That's regular conversation.
I guess it is.
Game End is family friendly. All right. It's marketable. It's advertisement. And we could put it on t-shirts and sell it without having to just write kill. Or
Whoa!
I listen, I only use this.
Whoa.
Don't Papa John's me, please.
I'm gonna Papa John's.
Don't Papa John's
I'm
me.
gonna Papa John's.
God.
I'm just gonna play kill throughout the whole podcast and just
Yeah.
Papa John's.
Nah, anytime I say like kill or death or
That's it.
defeat, just like edit Game End. Like in a robot.
What do you mean? You just
Game
said Game End.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of editing for this podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I made it a little hard for you.
That's all right.
I made it hard, and I made that nurse game really hard.
That nerd. Oh,
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. You can keep this part in the podcast if you don't talk about it.
okay, fine. All I gotta say is that I have to edit a crap ton to it. Hey, I spoiled the podcast or the episode, so please, joke's on you. I didn't actually spoil it. Did I got you guys? Did I get you? Maybe I don't know.
I almost had the burp, but I couldn't.
Okay. What do you think?
What are we
man?
at time?
We're at an hour 10.
Hour 10? I think
Yeah.
that's good enough.
That's a good spot. That's a
I
good
like
spot.
it. I like it. This is a good stopping
It's a
point.
good, nice chatty chat.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll try and lead us off.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. All right.
Okay.
So thank you guys for tuning in to the MC podcast show.
MC Radio.
MC Radio
It's close
podcast
enough.
show
Okay.
with Conan O'Brien
With Conan
and
O'Brien.
Gordon Ramsay here. And
It's distracting.
we got a Patreon. I'm sure you already know about that. It's
We
only
didn't even
two-
do a break.
Oh crap!
Oh,
well,
man. I'll
I guess
find
you're
a
gonna have
break.
to edit it in that part where we spoiled everything.
I'll find a break.
You'll find a break. I'm sure we're quiet enough at one point. We're just like, pee break.
Maybe. Or it'll be at the end or beginning.
Well, our Patreon is only $2 a month, so
It is.
consider subscribing, supporting, whatever the heck they call it on Patreon. Follow all of our socials. Do we do personal socials or just
You can do
group?
personal socials
Personal
if you want.
socials? All right. We have personal social accounts. I'm not going to list them all off here, but I'm sure you can find them pretty easily by looking at who MC Media follows on Twitter
And you'll
on
find it.
Instagram. And you'll find it pretty
Does
easily.
MC Media follow you, Ryan?
I don't think they do.
Okay, hold on. hold on.
I don't think they do.
Hold
but
on.
they're about to. They're about to. It's going to be epic. Anyways, we appreciate you guys tuning in to listen to an hour of me and Christian rambling here, doing our thing, looking like total G's.
Can you look at your phone really
Mr.
quick?
J. I'm looking at my phone, Mr. J. Oh my God. It says at MC Media 76 is following me.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Wow.
brilliant. 400 IQ play right there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into MC Radio. We really appreciate it. Yeah, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, I don't know.
Don't send them to
Don't
us.
send it. No, send them to us if you have any suggestions on how we can make stuff better. We really appreciate it. We really love doing this. Go support us on Patreon, like Ryan said. All of our stuff, you should be able to find it pretty easy. It's at the top of our headers on everything. So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And we will see you next week
On the next Angry Joe show.
on not the Angry Joe show. You said that twice now. Way to date this. All right, boys and girls. We will see you next week.
Good luck out there.
I might be with Zach. It might
Yeah.
be me and Zach.
Good luck with that one.
So, what do you mean?
I mean, just good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have fun.
We will. Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Chibo.